Hello students, welcome to Top Scholars. Let's learn about a new topic today. You must have heard of Hitler, right? His actions and political decisions led to destruction of cities and the systematic killing of millions of Jews. The reason behind the action of any political figure is their ideology. And Hitler's ideology was Nazism. It still exists in many forms. Let's learn in detail about this topic of history. Students, do you know that Nazism is a political ideology? It has its root in the 19th century German racialist movement. It emerged in the backdrop of the defeat of Germany in World War I. There was a counter-revolutionary movement going on at this time, and fascism in Europe was also rising. Nazism was given major shape by the rule of Hitler and his genocidal campaign in the World War II. Therefore, we need to first know a little bit about the man himself, Hitler. Adolf Hitler was a little-known political leader whose early life had been marked by disappointment. He was born in a small town in Austria in 1889. He had dropped out of high school and failed as an artist. He found a new beginning when the World War I broke out. He fought in the war to defend Germany and volunteered for the army. After the war in the early 1920s, he joined a small right-wing political group that shared his belief that Germany had to overturn the Treaty of Versailles and combat communism. The group later named itself the National Socialist German Workers' Party, called Nazi for short. Its policies, supported by the people in the middle and the lower middle classes, made up the German brand of fascism known as Nazism. The party's symbol was the swastika or the hooked cross. The Nazis also set up a private militia called the Stormtroopers or Brown Shirts. In a very short time, he rose up the ranks to become the leader of the Nazi party. With his skills, the party became a major force and they plotted to seize power in Munich in 1923 but failed. He got arrested but was sentenced to a short-term imprisonment. He wrote his autobiography, Mein Kampf, during this time. This book became the blueprint or plan of action for the Nazis. Let's understand the basic features of Nazism through what was happening. Hitler's Germany. Hitler called the blonde and blue-eyed Germans Aryans and thought of them to be a master race. He also declared that non-Aryan races such as Jews, slaves and gypsies were inferior and not even proper humans. He called the Versailles Treaty an outrage and vowed to regain the lands taken from Germany. Hitler also declared that Germany was overcrowded or needed more Lebensraum or living space. He promised to get that space by conquering Eastern Europe and Russia. As Germany's economy collapsed due to 1921 depression and factories closed, around 30% of Germany's workforce was unemployed in 1932. Civil unrest broke out. Frightened and confused, Germans now turned to Hitler, hoping for security and firm leadership. In the context of these happenings, Hitler was chosen to be the Chancellor of Germany. The Nazis quickly took command of the economy. New laws banned strikes, dissolved independent labor unions, and gave the government authority over business and labor. Hitler put millions of Germans to work. They constructed factories, built highways, manufactured weapons, and served in the military. As a result, unemployment dropped from 6 to 1.5 million in 1936. Hitler wanted control over every aspect of German life. To shape public opinion and to win praise for his leadership, Hitler turned the press, radio, literature, painting, and film into propaganda tools. Books that did not conform to Nazis' belief were banned in huge bonfires. Churches were forbidden to criticize the Nazis or the government. School children had to join the Hitler Youth for boys and the League of German Girls. Hatred of Jews or anti-Semitism was a key part of Nazi ideology. Although Jews were less than 1% of the population, the Nazis used them as scapegoats for all Germany's trouble since the war. This led to a wave of anti-Semitism across Germany. Beginning in 1933, the Nazis passed law depriving the Jew of most of their rights. Violence against Jews mounted. On the night of November 9, 1938, Nazi mobs attacked Jews in their homes and on the streets and destroyed thousands of Jewish-owned buildings. Basic features of Nazism. So, as you must have understood by now, the basic feature of Nazism are: number 1, it is authoritarian and activist-led politics. 2, it talks about Aryan supremacy and racial purity. 3, it propagates violence against anybody who opposes the government. 4, it is anti-Semitic, that is, against the Jews, and it allows even murdering people for that. 5, it can be at times a terrorist fringe phenomena. 6, in present times, it has effectively exploited political and technological developments to exercise some influence. 7, it works with a leader who has a strong charismatic personality, so much so that we start to associate the country with that person. 8, the state becomes more important than the individual. 9, it was supported by the middle class and the military. 10, it existed in Italy, Spain, Germany, etc. Although Hitler and Nazism are now a part of history, we still need to know about it so that the events like Holocaust can be prevented from happening again. With this, we have come to an end of this topic. We hope you have understood it well. Let's try to answer some questions. Number 1, where was Hitler born? Number 2, what is the basic idea of Nazism? Number 3, what was the symbol used by the Nazi Party? And the last one, number 4, which countries saw the rise of Nazism?